Know how to recognize when you deserve a raise. Let me ask you a couple questions. 1, do you work hard? 2, have you been there for a while? 3, do you work harder or faster than everybody else around you? So how do you know when you deserve a raise? Let's get into this video. So the first thing that I want to teach you is something that I learned in the military, and it's super easy. It sounds a little big-headed, but just bear with me. It is called an I Love Me book. This book is everything that you've done. So it's not about like how much you love yourself, but it's a list and be detailed of everything that you do. For instance, when I was the director of programs, I started to list every single person that I hired and that I trained. I even went as far as how many hours that it took. And so yes, in the beginning, it might be like 4 people, equivalent of 8 hours. But after a couple months, it turned into 150 staff that I've hired and over 2,000 hours of training time. You know, how much money did you save the organization or the company that you work for? I would even list how many days that you took off, or the days that you called in sick or you asked for vacation time. For me, I know that I didn't ask for a lot of time off, and I hardly ever called in sick. You set up an appointment to speak with your boss. You can say, I've done X amount of trainings, X amount of hours, and when you have this I Love Me book, it will dictate and show why you deserve a raise, even to the point of maybe comparing and contrasting. For the last 6 months, I've taken 0 sick time off. So this I Love Me book is huge for you to have and list and be your manuscript, your guide to say, here's the reason why, because those numbers will eventually add up. A lot of bosses out there are very data driven, or what have you done for me lately? So either way, the I Love Me book is going to completely help your side of the conversation when it comes to asking for a raise. The other part of recognizing if you deserve a raise, maybe you don't think a lot about yourself, or you're not very selfish in your thoughts if you want to go that route. When you start to look for yourself, think, I've done all these training hours and all these meetings and all these hours I put into work and all of the money that I saved. I do a lot here. Secondly, if you've made any contributions, maybe you added a policy or procedure, or you brought something up to your boss or the organization where they made a change because of something that you have done, and it ends up saving people, saving the organization money. Maybe it's helped safety. Maybe it's helped the customer base. That is completely helpful. Here's the third way that you can recognize that you deserve a raise, is when you serve other people. I teach this a lot in my leadership classes, is to serve. So there's 3 different forms of leadership. And you might say, I'm just an employee, I'm not a leader, like I'm not a boss. Well, that's okay, you lead yourself. And so, are you a good leader of self? 2, are you a servant leader? When I serve the customer, when I serve my boss, when I serve my coworkers, and it's not about me, I promise you that when you start to work and try to uplift other people, it will be then rewarded to you. So there's leadership, there's servant leadership, and then the third part of this leadership piece is stewardship. The word stewardship means to be given responsibility to take care of someone or something that is worth keeping up or looking over. So if you've been entrusted into a position, you've been entrusted and given the responsibility to do a job. You are the steward of that position. So how do I show and prove that I have protected this position, protected the value of the organization, protected the position, protected the policies and procedures to keep this an honest position that somebody, myself and my boss, can be proud of? When you start to see the needle start to move to the positive, as far as the environment around you is positive, the people are constantly talking about you, like that is a huge key. Maybe a bonus, if you will, in this video is you want people to talk about you in other rooms that maybe you're not in. And when people can talk about you in a good way, in a good positive way, when people can say, you know what, working with Sarah has been amazing. She always had a smile on her face. Derek, ever since he's been hired, I've been better. He's always turning in things on time. He's always here. So when you have people talk about you, and then that comes around to you, put it in the I Love Me book so you have something to show. It's all about receipts. How do I show that my actions have paid for this raise that I'm about to ask for? So understand that you are valuable and you bring value to the job. I'll leave you with this. Jim Rohn says, you don't get paid by the hour. A lot of people think that they get paid by the hour. You don't get paid by the hour. You get paid by the value that you bring in that hour. So in order to recognize when you deserve a raise, How much value did you add to the hour? Anybody can type, anybody can input numbers, anybody at the cash register can push buttons, but can they do it like you do it? How much value are you adding to the hour? And when you can do that, you deserve a raise. Thank you so much. My name is Juan Alvarado. We'll see you on the next video. If you found value in this video, go ahead and hit subscribe. And down in the comments, go ahead and let me know how you add value to the hour at work. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video.